Hello, dear all. Please write down your names in the chat box for the attendance. As we have got Miss Minnatullah Assam, Miss Noah Hussein, Mr. Mahmoud Samir. Where is the rest of the trainees? Please write down your names in the chat box. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me now?
Hello,
Yes, we
Mister.
can.
Hello.
Hello, Mister. We can hear you.
Right. So let's start. If you please don't press the icon of the microphone again, Miss Irini. So let's start. Today we'll start our eighth tag. We'll have a small introduction. I have already prepared for you. I wish you enjoy it.
Hello, dear Omrania Directorate English teachers. Are you ready for our E Tag today? Yes, we are Mr. Abdel Rahman. Today we will learn and practice two new topics which make your teaching process more engaging, attractive and motivating. So, let's start.
Right, so we'll start our session today with this small thing. Now we'll have a brief idea about our session.
ضعيف
We'll divide it into two parts.
لا هو عالي بس ضعيف يعني بطيء.
Hello dear Omrania English teachers. Today is our 8th E Tag. We will have micro teaching about 2 lessons. First,
يا روضة روضة
thinking.
اقفلوا بقى اللي فاتقينه عشان اسمع انا كويس.
Abdel Rahman Rishan.
So I have got two
روضة
topics which are
يا
pronounced.
روضة
We'll have, if you please, miss, mute yourself. Again, who's speaking? Right, so let's go.
هو بيتكلم.
Right, now we'll have pronunciation and then we'll have critical thinking activities. So our session today is divided into the next parts. First, we will have about the first activity, then we will have another discussion. Today we have three participants, Miss Minnatullah Assam, Miss Yasmin Tunyos, and Miss Noah Hussein. We will listen to their participation and gain some experience through what they will do. After that, we will have a classroom platform. It will answer it together, and then we'll have our task for the next E tag, which is to answer page 89. I have already uploaded it for you on our class, Google Classroom. Our answer for the next time. Let's start our first part. It was an activity related to Connect Primary 1. It's a lesson in which he said, look at the words below. Do you think Arab learners could find any difficulty pronounce any example? This is the question. And another thing you know, like what pronunciation strategies would you use while teaching these sounds? Here we have words related to the sound and the sound. We have got some words like eggs and like lemons. First of all, I will give you a hint about how to pronounce these sounds. First, here is the sound line. And there is a link for this video. Study with your students.
Sound. L sounds L as as in lips. Put your finger on your lips. L in lake sounds L. A frog jumped into the lake. Look at this word, light. The letter L in light makes the L sound. How to make the sound? Let the tip of your tongue press the front roof of your mouth. Push air out from the sides of your tongue to make the L sound, as in lips. Let us look at some more words that begin with the letter L and make the L sound, as in lips. Click on the letter that makes the L sound. Leaf. Click on the letter that makes the L sound. Ladder. Click on the letter that makes the L sound. Lemon. Let us look at some other words with the letter L that make the L sound. Click on the letter that makes the L sound. Meal. Click on the letter that makes the L sound. Nail. Click on the letter that makes the L sound. Pool.
Here is in this short video gives you how the sound la is pronounced, how to pronounce it at the beginning of a word, in the middle, and by the end of the word. And he gives you the opportunity to give the students the chance to repeat after him all the words he gives you. Now we'll turn to the sound, the next sound. And this is also a short video. Here is the link for the video. You can use it with your students. Let's start.
The short sound. E. Enter. E sounds as in enter. The teacher let the kid enter the class. E in egg sounds I eat an egg in the morning. Look at this word, elbow. The letter E in elbow makes the short sound. How to make the sound? Spread your lips slightly and let air come out of your mouth to make the sound, as in enter. Try again. This time, put your hand on your throat. It moved or vibrated. Let us look at some more words that begin with the letter E and make the sound, as in enter. Click on the letter that makes the sound. Elephant. Click on the letter that makes the sound. Elk. Click on the letter that makes the sound. Elm. Let us look at some other words with the letter E that make the sound. Click on the letter that makes the sound. Bed. Click on the letter that makes the sound. Click on the letter that makes the sound.
Right, here is how to pronounce this sound, this short at the beginning and the middle, or sometimes by the end, but we know that by the end we didn't pronounce this sound. Now we will start with our teachers today. Miss Minnatullah Hassan will give us some hints about how she planned for teaching this first lesson. Now, Miss Minna, can you hear me? Miss Minna, now you join the session. Miss Minna, can you start by explaining the first lesson? Miss Minnatullah, can you hear me? I think she has got some
I'm sorry, I have a problem with my net today.
right.
Can you hear me?
It's okay. Can you hear me now, Miss Minnatullah?
Yes.
So can you start explaining the first lesson?
Okay, this is about primary one. So with younger children, about 6 years old. So the first, I will say the sound many times, the sound individually and in words. Then I can get videos from the YouTube or songs or native speakers saying or pronouncing the sound and the words which contains this sound. Then I ask pupils to listen first and then listen and repeat with the native speaker.
Right. Thank you, Miss Minna. So Miss Minna will use the YouTube like we have already given you in these short videos, and she will use listening to native speakers to give the students the chance to listen to native speakers pronouncing these words and these sounds. And then she will ask them to repeat after them and give them some more examples. Thank you, Miss Minna. Now let's turn to Miss Yasmin.
Yes, Mister, with you. In this task, I use some techniques like flashcards for each sound. Then I pronounce each sound correctly and ask pupils to repeat after me several times the sound Also, I can use some real objects like an egg, a lemon, and a leaf. In addition, I can give them some cards for E and L sounds and ask them to show me the word that I said. I say a lemon. I ask them which card is a lemon. They hand up the lemon. Also, I ask them to draw the letter like E or L and color them. I think pupils like color pictures very much. I think so. Furthermore, I can play a song from for these sounds on my smartphone. That's all.
Right, thanks, Miss Yasmin. So, Miss Yasmin,
Thanks. Yes.
thanks. So, Miss Yasmin used the flashcards and real objects to make the students familiar with these sounds through reading and pronouncing carefully and correctly by the teacher the new words and making the students to repeat them. Then she will use a card to make a kind of games and ask the student to draw and color the letters. It's a very amusing activity which engages the students on learning these new sounds. After that, she will play a song by her smartphone, and this is very smart because all teachers have smartphone and could use them in the right way to make the students benefit from the lesson. Thanks, Miss Yasmin. And now we'll turn to Miss Noah Hussein. Are you with us, Miss Noah?
Yes, mister.
Can you start explaining what you have given us about new ideas and awesome ideas and thoughts, techniques concerning teaching this lesson?
Yes, okay, mister. First, I'll start with a story using the letters E and L in the story. Use also flashcards for letter E and L with their pictures. Mention the sound of each letter, then say the name of the letter. Also use CD. Students listen to the phonics on the CD. Actually, I like games. So I use the fly swatter game. I divide class into two teams and write each vocabulary word on the board. And one of the students from each team come onto the board holding fly swatter. The fastest one who is the winner. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Miss Noah. I enjoyed very much playing the game of fly swatter because all the
Yeah,
students enjoy kicking the board with their swatter. And when they
yeah,
finish first, they have a kind of amusement and
yes.
joy.
There is a competition between them.
Right, and if you
Yes.
divide the class into boys and girls, for example, it will make a
Yeah,
kind of enjoying learning and teaching process. They will make it very happier when they laugh and clap and cheer their hands and so on. Thanks, Miss Noah.
thank
Now,
you, Mr.
thanks. Now we use many different techniques to give the students the chance to learn these new letters and sounds. Now we'll turn to the next part of our session, which is related to teaching how a pencil is made. This is concerning critical thinking. This is the second part of our session today. Here is a lesson from primary one, Discover. He wants you to match the numbers with the pictures to form the correct order of how pencil is made. Here is a kind of helping video which can help you in this topic, and here is also the link to this video. You can use it. Let's see how the pencil is made.
How pencils are made. Fun fact, pencils are usually made for 14-year-olds. as the wood is soft enough to sharpen, but sturdy enough to write with. First, the wood is pre-cut into slats called pencil stock and dried for uniform moisture content. Wax and stain is applied as they pass under a giant cutting wheel that creates the grooves to hold the graphite. A special elastic glue acts as a cushion for the graphite, so it doesn't break during the pencil's construction. Pencil lead is a mixture of graphite, clay, and water, which is poured into molds and baked at about 1500 degrees Fahrenheit. The lead is laid into the groove, and another slat of wood covered in glue is placed on top and squeezed by a mechanical plunger with around 2,000 pounds of pressure. Fast-spinning cutters shape the pencils into a hexagonal design. One at a time, the lacquering head gives them their color and shape. The machine squeezes the top of the pencil and slides on the aluminum ferrule. It inserts the rubber eraser and squeezes to hold everything together. The result is a beautiful pencil ready for sharpening. Fun fact, Henry David Thoreau was the one who created the pencil numbering system, 1 through 4. Yep, that's Thoreau. Ask your parents. And there you have it, how pencils are made.
For this video, I think it's very fast and difficult for the student to understand. So you can pause the video, give the students some hints about how pencils are made, and that would be great. Now we'll take the same consequence of teachers in explaining the second lesson. So let's start with Miss Minnatullah. Are you ready with Miss Minna to explain your lesson?
Yes, I'm ready.
So
Okay,
let's start.
first, I will give some items to the class made of several materials, such as wood, plastic, paper, cloth, and metal, for example. I will put these items on my table. I get pupils in groups and to come to the table and hold these items and find out what these materials are made of. Then they go to their places. I ask them to hold their pencils, touch it, and find out which material their pencils are made of. I can ask them, what do you think the pencils or your pencils are made of? Some will say wood. Okay, and then I say or ask, what do you think or where do you think we get wood from? Some can say trees. Then where do we put these trees or where these trees go? Some say factories and so on. I can ask and they think individually or in groups and then they answer.
Thanks, Miss Minna. So Miss Minna used reale or real objects and make a real life activity, which the students enjoy very much. Right? When they use the material by themselves and touch it, they can understand and engage more in the lesson. Thanks, Ms. Minna. She used also some critical thinking questions to motivate the students to think about some answers for these questions. Now we'll turn to Miss Yasmin. Miss Yasmin Tunus, are you ready?
Yes, Mr. With you.
Yes.
In this task, I use identification and recall of information method. At first, I discuss with them what a pencil is made of, and then I tell them how the pencils are made. I ask them to match the numbers with the pictures in correct order for making a pencil. I think this is a suitable way for pupils. They like matching numbers with pictures. Also, I can show them a short video, as you showed us today, how is pencils are made. That's all.
Right, thanks, Miss Yasmin. So Miss Yasmin started her lesson by brainstorming. She asked the students some questions, and from these questions, she started to give them some information about how the pencils are made, and she gave them a kind of YouTube video, which helps them to make the matching process very easy and smooth. Thanks, Miss Yasmin. Now we'll turn to our next teacher, Miss Noah Hussein. Are you ready?
Yes.
So
Yes,
let's
Mr.
start.
Ask pupils to look at the pictures and numbers and ask them how many pictures that have the same number. Then tell them that there is a number doesn't have a picture. Ask them, can you find it? If you find it, thumbs up. Then ask them to match the pictures with the number. Yes, that's all.
Thanks, Ms. Noah. So this is another technique in teaching this activity. As we have shortage in time, so we'll turn to the next part of our session. I'm sorry for that, but we don't have much time to discuss all the ideas because I want to try something new with you today. I'll try, if I have time, to divide you into groups and try something new. Right. Here is answer questions on page 88. We have got our journal and our main book, an activity on page 88, on which he gives you a phonetic chart. Here is the phonetic chart by British Council, and there are 4 questions. Now I will try to divide you into 2 rooms and give you the chance to discuss together about. The meeting will end in 10 minutes. So let's start quickly. I will divide you into 2 groups and you will discuss together which answers for these questions. Right? I will try it now. So we'll have 2 rooms. Right? Great. In the first room will be Miss Irini Salim, Mr. Mahmoud Samir, Miss Najla Samir, Miss Noah Hussein, Miss Tahani, Miss Yasmin. And in the second room will be, can you see the rooms on the screen? Right. Let's start. Now I am with you. Right, you can say the answers now to each other and discuss the 4 questions together. You can open your mic and exchange the dialogue between each of you. Yes, Mr. Hani, open your mic and you can exchange the answers together. What are the answers?
I think number 1 is
On
number
the
B.
on the bottom.
On the bottom, number B.
Yes, yes, Mr.
This is the aim of this group, right? I'll leave you and join room 2 to give them some hints about that. Discuss the questions and answer together.
I can't see the screen, Mister.
Yes, me too. I can see.
You have the product, and you can have some kind of photograph of the exercise. We'll see that next time, and I will.
If you
Okay.
you can share the screen.
Share the screen, right? This is the screen. Can you see it now?
No.
Please wait. Yes, yes, Mister.
Yes, yes.
Right. So you can discuss it together. I will join room 2. Can you hear me? And exchange information about the answers of the questions on page 88. What is the answer of number 1? Ms. Rahab, open your mic and exchange the information with your friends, Miss Minnatullah, Miss Iman, Miss Summer. Can you hear me? Open your mic. Miss Minna, open your mic.
Yes, Mr.
Yes. What are the answers?
I think the question is about where the consonants are, and they are at the bottom of the page.
Right, right. This is number 1.
But I can't see the questions. I don't know where did it go.
Right. I will share the screen again and leave the room for you to discuss together the answers. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Now we return it back to our. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Abdurrahman.
Right. Now, if you please mute yourself and
Yes.
let's right, mute yourself and let's have a discussion.
Yes, Minister, with you.
Right. About the first question, where are the consonants? Is it A or B, on the top half of the chart or on the bottom half of the chart? Write down your answer.
I think B.
Right, Mr.
Okay.
It's B.
On the bottom half of the chart.
Right. Number 1 is B. So let's move to number 2. The phonemic symbols for pa and da look the same as the letters. How many other phonemic symbols for consonants look the same as the letters 11, 13, 15? So it's C, 15. When you count them, you will find out they are 15 sounds. Number 3, what sound does the word chair begin?
B. B.
Number
Cha.
B.
B,
Cha.
right.
Number B.
Well done, Mr.
B,
Mahmoud.
B.
Well done, Miss Yasmin.
Number B.
Well done. Number 4, there are several sounds that don't correspond to letters. For example, the is the first sound in the words this, that, and the. What is the first sound for yesterday?
C.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
C.
Well done,
C.
Mr. Mahmoud. Excellent. I'm very
Number
proud
C.
of you today. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr.
Now
Abdurrahman.
thanks, Mr. Mahmoud. Now let's move to the last part. It's our task for the next time. It's answering question on page 82. It was my pleasure today to be with you. Let me give you a great hug and a bunch of flowers for your amazing and wonderful participation for today. Then we meet again next time. See you all in good health. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Abdurrahman.
Goodbye, Master.